Hey there YouTube, ZaPsamurai again for my second time of the day. This time we're looking at the Deluxe class Hunt for the Decepticons Hailstorm. He is a military missile tank. I'm not sure if they have an official name for that, but that's what it is. So, anyway, picked him up at Kmart, or no, sorry, Walmart. I think he was like, I don't know, like $8 or whatever that generic price for Transformers anymore. Um, let's see. I believe he's Ironhide's nemesis, if I remember correctly. But you can see he's got a nice little paint scheme, just green. He's got some kind of a wintry camo going on. Doesn't come with any weapons aside from those 8 missile launchers you see right there. But because of what he looks like in robot mode, I actually went and cut those down a bit, and you'll see why. I'll explain what that's all about. But yeah, as far as everything goes, he's got wheels on his treads so we can, so we can roll around. He's got the missile launcher, which can rotate 360 degrees, but not in vehicle mode. It'll rotate pretty far. You got quite a good range of motion there, but not 360 fully. It is set up for 360 degree rotation, but it doesn't in vehicle mode. So, the missiles, they used to stick out maybe about a 1/4 inch out of the back there. But like I say, I cut them off, and I'll explain that when we get to it. But they did fire pretty good. It's they have the friction fire. It's not a spring, so you gotta like push the back of the missile for anything to go. But you actually they do actually fire pretty damn far. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on with the transformation, huh? First thing you want to do is go ahead and rotate that up, and you take this whole front portion of the cab here, and it's kind of clipped in right in this little portion. So you just kind of want to bring out, these are his feet right here. You just kind of bring out his feet and separate his legs out a little bit, like that. Then next thing you want to do is come down here to the bottom. You can see his hands right there, and you want to take these treads. You want to give them a little tug, and they'll extend just a little bit. You can see that gap right in there. That'll allow you to take the tread and fold it over, and it'll just kind of clip into place like that. So the same thing on the other side, just kind of extend it out a little bit, and it'll fold into place. And there's his arms. His feet have an interesting rotation. They'll actually kind of extend out and collapse back on top of themselves. So, like that. Okay, that's how his feet rock. And then you want to take his crotch and well, move his arms out of the way a little bit maybe. Okay, now you want to take this crotch and clip it into his waist like that. So like that's what we got going on so far. Okay, and then I want to take his head, which is located right there, kind of push that out, and his head's exposed right in there. Okay, and this is the really cool part. You want to take his shoulders. Let me see if I can't zoom out a little bit more. I'm sorry. That's as far as it'll go, so I have to work with that. Anyway, you want to take a hold of his shoulders and kind of pull on them. Oops, I severed his arm. Okay, there we go. And then you take his head and you kind of push it, and it clips into his chest. So like that whole portion right there just kind of collapsed into itself and made him a little bit stubbier. And then you take the back portion of him and you kind of rotate it and bring it up like that. So he's kind of got a, looks like he's going back to school. Anyway, his head, you can have it sitting up like that if you want. It's on a swivel and a ball joint. I like him to look stubby. That's what he should look like. So I bring his head down into his chest like that, so he doesn't have a neck at all. Now, here comes the missile launcher part I was telling you about. For the missile launchers, you gotta turn this thing around and you open up this back portion, and these missile launchers rotate out like that. And a lot of people that have this figure will complain about how long. I mean, those missiles were like this freaking long, and just for them to just be kind of sticking out like that, it looked kind of goofy and it was kind of inconvenient. It didn't mess with his balance at all. I mean, his feet are so big, and even though he's extremely top heavy, he actually stands very well actually. But the next thing you want to do with these missile launchers actually is kind of separate them like that, and what they do is they kind of fold down, and they're supposed to tab into his shoulders like that. So you do the same thing with the other one. If I can find it, there we go. And so he looks like that, and that's what he looks like in robot mode. Let's see, the camera's a little bit fuzzy when I zoom in. His head mount, or his head sculpt, is awesome. I love the way this guy looks in robot mode. I like all the little, what kind of looks like, all the little, like, the mechanics, kind of, but, he doesn't have any hand articulation, which actually surprised me, because it looks like his hands would, just the way that they're made, but they don't. They are stuck like that. But it's not really a big deal for me. As you can see, those missile launchers look a lot better shortened, because like I said, they stuck out about that far, and it looks pretty ridiculous. So I just kind of cut those down. But like I said, even for being so top heavy with those, like if you look at him from a profile view, you see how freaking huge he is. He's very top heavy, but that does not affect his balance whatsoever. Even though I have him leaned forward a little bit, I can actually bring his legs back all the way back here, and he'll still stand absolutely fine. So we go back to that profile view. He's standing up straight and absolutely no problems. Like I said, I absolutely love the way this figure looks. It's a very, very great figure to have. So far, it's my favorite from the Hunt for the Decepticons line. Even the vehicle mode, it's really basic and there's not much to his vehicle mode, but I actually really do enjoy that. So, if you get a chance to pick this guy up, do it, because it's a hell of a buy. But anyway, that's about all I got to say on this guy. So again, this was the Hunt for the Decepticons Deluxe class Hailstorm, and this is ZaPsamurai, and we'll see you later.